Chapter 7. The oldest tale, the wind scraped along the window pane like fingernails, and Thompson stood frozen, scraps of paper still clutched in his hand. 6 families, 6 kids, 6 Fridays. Every clue he had gathered, every whispered detail, every frightened note curved inward like spokes on a wheel, all pointing to one name. Mr. Bumbling. The Muffin Man. He stared down at the map on his desk, the circles he'd drawn tight and around Spout Lane like a snare. The room felt colder now, as if the very mention of the name had pulled something old and unwelcome into the air. He swallowed, reached for his battered leather notebook and slid it into his coat. Something tugged at him, a memory faint but insistent, a detail he'd seen before, long before these 6 families, long before this winter. He opened the bottom drawer of his desk. Inside lay a wooden box, old, scuffed, heavy with years. He lifted it out, the weight of it settling into his hands like a burden he'd been avoiding. The young constable hovered in the doorway, unsure whether to speak. "Sir, what's that?" Thompson didn't answer. He unlatched the box and opened it. Inside were notebooks older than his own, some tied with string, some with pages sticking out like broken feathers. He pulled out the one at the bottom, the oldest of them all. Its cover was cracked, the leather soft and worn, ink faded to a ghost of itself. He opened it. The first page wasn't written in his hand. It belonged to a constable from long before his time. Winter of 1814, Washington Village. Thompson's breath caught. He turned the page. A name leapt out at him. The Wessington family, original Washington line, old as the soil, old as the lane. He read on, the words tightened around his chest. Their youngest son, Thomas Wessington, age 9, vanished while playing near the Dales. Last seen following a man on a bicycle. Witness described him as tall, thin, wearing a long coat. Basket on the front offered the boy a warm cake. Thompson felt the blood drain from his face. A warm cake, a bicycle, a long coat. In 1813. He turned another page, hands trembling. Search parties found no tracks, no footprints, only the boy's cap, placed neatly on a stone. Steam was seen rising from the hedgerow, though no fire was found. Steam. Just like the muffins, just like the lane. The constable stepped closer, voice barely above a whisper. "Sir, that's over 100 years ago." "Hey," Thompson murmured, in the same details, the same day, the same man, but that's impossible. Thompson didn't answer. He didn't need to, because the next page held the line that tied everything together. Locals speak of a figure known as the Muffin Man, said to wander the lanes on Friday, said to offer treats to children, said to take those who follow. He closed the ledger slowly, pressing his palm against the cover as if trying to keep the past from spilling out. "This isn't new," he whispered. "This isn't just 6 families. This has been happening since the Dales were fields and the village was a handful of stone cottages." The constable swallowed hard. "Sir, what do we do?" Thompson slipped the ledger into his coat and straightened up. "We start where it always starts." He reached for his hat. "Spout Lane." But before he could take a step, the wind rattled the window again, harder this time, like something scraping along the glass. The constable turned. "Sir, did you hear?" A sound cut him off, soft, dragging, familiar. Squeak, 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 not from outside, from the corridor inside the station. The warm, sweet smell of muffins drifted through the air. And from the darkness came the whisper.